So this is the XRF machine, and today we'll show you how to use it. So today we're going to look at XRF. So to open up the program, it's Epsilon software over here on the left side. So we're going to double click and open that up. So now we're going to go ahead and measure the gain reference. So we'll show you in just a second how to set that up. Okay, so first we'll open up the chamber. There's this small ring inside. We're just going to pick that up and set it aside for now. And then this piece does have beryllium on it, so we're going to want to make sure we have our gloves on. To lower it, we're going to lift up the sides, gently pull it down, and then push this downward. And then that way it can lay flat on the bottom of the chamber. And then we can go ahead and close it and run the gain measurement. Alright, and then once you have the gain reference set up, we're going to hit OK, and it'll go ahead and run that for us. Okay, so to set up a sample, so this is going to be our sample holder. In the second drawer here, you can find one of these. So we'll twist and kind of unclip the three parts of our holder. So this part, it's going to be sort of like the walls of our cell. So you'll notice on some of them there's like a curved edge. So like this top part is a curved edge and this bottom piece does. They also will fit together quite nicely. If you try to flip it over, it doesn't go in very well. So this is how you know, like, okay, this is the direction it'll go in. So we're going to set that up here. And first we'll get a piece of Mylar film to put in between these pieces. So if you grab one, and then they have like a white papery film, so if you can get it aligned, then it'll kind of just stay on the surface. And then you can pick this up and press down. And if you're using the sample holder, you can just kind of gently push all the way down until it meets resistance. And then if you look at it, it should be a nice smooth bottom with no holes. If there are any holes or wrinkles, you can start over. But this is just what it should look like once you're done. From there, you can put some sort of sample inside. We're going to stick just a little silicone chip inside. And then we'll close the lid. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and try to put in the sample inside of the chamber. To lift up the gain reference, so just from the sides, we'll just gently raise it. From there, that little metal piece we took out for the gain reference, we'll place back inside. And then you can get your sample, and then just make sure it goes right in the center of the circle. And then we can go ahead and close it. We can go ahead and take our measurement. So over on the left side here, so there's Omnium Fast and Omnium. Omnium Fast is about 7 minutes, it's relatively quick. We recommend that if you're just initially going to run a sample, but once you know that you want to run maybe a higher res one, then you can switch to Omnium, but if we're just kind of checking it, we'll recommend Omnium Fast. So we'll click on that, and then it just asks for kind of the name, so we'll just put like test sample, but you can go ahead and name it your sample identity. And then we'll go ahead and click measure, and it'll go ahead and run for us. So once you've ran your measurement, we're going to go ahead and switch to advanced mode so we can look at some things. So the password is just Epsilon with a capital E, so capital E-P-S-I-L-O-N. Alright, so now that you're in advanced mode, we're going to go to results and open results. And then since you ran Omnium, we're going to open that up. And then this will just pull up all of the most recent runs. So we'll just look at the most recent one. So this is just the percentages of your different elements that we have. But we can do some tinkering with that. So if you click on this one, it kind of looks like a periodic table. It'll pull up this. So just something about this. So if they're bright orange or bright gray, that means they're not selected. So right now, like silver is selected because it's grayed out, or it's like lightened. So if we wanted to click on cadmium, so now cadmium selected, and now it's not. So you can modulate this. So if there's specific elements you want to look at, make sure they're highlighted. If there's ones you want to ignore, you can go ahead and adjust that. So if we do want cadmium selected, we can click that, and then just make sure to hit apply. And then if we go over to Omnian, so this is where we can go to edit processing and just do some small changes. So foil use, so depending on what foil you use, we want to make sure we capture that. So I believe we use Mylar 3.6. And we also want to apply a drift correction as well. So we'll do Omnian monitor. So make sure we have these two corrected for. For compound list, so if you know you want oxides, if you know you have like, let's say aluminum oxide, we can click on oxide. If you just want to look for just metals, not their oxide form, just leave it blank. And then for this portion, so if you want to normalize concentrations, or to normalize, then you, like the values are the actual concentrations. If you want it to like balance, it'll usually balance, I believe, with CO2. Let's put CO2. Okay. And then we're going to hit quantify again, and then that'll kind of redo our numbers.
This program likes to be happy.
Okay, so once we've done that, we can go back to the results, and then now, yeah, so because it balanced, there's a lot of CO2, but now it shows like all of the other amounts in your sample. Another thing you want to do if you're not sure if it, just like a quick check to do, if we go to this like the results spectra, there's Omnian and then Omnian 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's a total of 6. So if you click on each of them and just double check that all of the peaks are selected within the regions, so within like the dotted lines for their specific regions, just double checking that they're all accounted for, so these ones all look good. And then if you wanted to export any of these spectra either, you can go to export the selected spectra, and then you can go ahead and save that under your folder as well. And then other than that, if you just want this right here, if you click print, then it'll print to PDF those results for you. Just make sure you save it to your folder. Typically we do desktop data and then just find your folder. And then just be sure to remove your sample when you're done. And to do so, you can just remove your sample, dispose of it properly, and we just throw away the cups too. They're single use. And then once you've done that, you're all set to go.